What's in there potentially is hailstones that will destroy the car.
Oh my word. Oh my God, look at that.
Looking in your mirror and seeing the end of the world in the sky behind you.
You can lose windows, you can lose equipment off the outside of the vehicle.
These storms are dangerous.
Don't get out, do not get out.
I'm not getting out.
They kill people on a regular basis and they change very fast. It's a huge lightning risk. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it.
Every minute of it, I'm loving this.
We're just currently sticking stuff in cars and loading up on coffee and sugar, I think is going to be the plan. There's some no small amount of technical tomfoolery going on.
The car is set up with weather radar receiving equipment, mobile internet receiving equipment. This will be my office for the next 10 days. I've also got a receiver that will receive this information directly from satellite if we lose an internet connection in the vehicle. The last thing you want around a supercell is to be data blind.
The concern is when we are actually chasing and for some reason we get separated. If you drive the wrong way, you're screwed. Yeah, we'll try and avoid that one.
Storm chasing is not clear cut. You get up in the morning and you look at the weather forecast and everything else, and there's often more than one option. That little bit of debate is really important because it helps both of us to look and analyse.
There is a thunderstorm that's gone up near Bismarck.
Well, it's my job now to get us into an intercept position where we can see and sample the storm, but also deal with some safety.
The ideal setup inside a vehicle is for 2 people.
Stu is a really good forecaster. He's really good at picking exactly the right place to go.
It's also my responsibility to ensure that we've got an escape route at all times.
So while I'm driving, I'm trying to observe where a tornado might form, where there's dangerous winds and things like that, because he's got his head down in the computer.
We'll probably see back in Europe 1 or 2 bolts of lightning a minute. A supercell thunderstorm will be throwing out 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts per second.
Flicker, isn't it? It's yeah.
Someone's going to do some lightning?
Feels the most natural thing in the world to see all this lightning and think we should keep driving. We should keep driving towards that. This isn't the best thunderstorm I've seen, but it'll do. It's a good start to the trip. Oh yes. Oh, beauty. Yeah, I'll take some of that. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
Supercell thunderstorms are the most dangerous thunderstorms on the planet.
It is the supercell thunderstorm that produces the tornadoes, produces the gigantic hail, produces the damaging straight line winds. There is actually a severe thunderstorm watch currently, but there is also a 5% tornado risk in this area today.
Yeah, it's funny storm chasing. A lot of it is actually chasing after storms, but then once you find the storms, you have to then immediately turn around and be chased by them to stay on their pretty side.
Can you see the greens of this? This is one earth-munching storm.
Oh, look at the rotation of the clouds!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Don't get out, do not get out.
These storms are dangerous. They kill people on a regular basis and they change very fast.
I'll tell you what I would do, I should just punch it and get the other side of it, Alistair. That's what I would think.
Okay, guys, we're going to go for this now. We're going to go fast and quick.
Just get off again.
We are targeting has just been classified as a severe thunderstorm and has a severe thunderstorm warning.
The clouds up here is just amazing. It's all boiling and turning and churning. And you see all sorts of spins and twists and twirls. Really impressive.
I was really impressed actually the fact that the guys, everybody in the team took on board the fact that when Stu or I said we need to go, we just went. You can't hang around because they can change so quickly.
It's just have to grab what you can in that short period of time. Probably in that minute, I've got 30 seconds of actually what should be really dramatic footage.
Our next option to get south and away from it is still, oh my god, oh dear, it's 11 miles away.
It's travelling pretty quickly, which is making it difficult for us to stay out ahead of it.
Looking in your mirror and seeing the end of the world in the sky behind you and realising you've got to keep the car on the road in some pretty serious conditions too.
What's in there potentially is hailstones that will destroy the car. You know, hailstones that big. They won't just make a few dents, they will flatten the roof.
Once the gust front comes over the top of you, I mean, it may be too dangerous even to drive the vehicle. The storm is doing 40 miles an hour. You need to be doing 50, 10 miles an hour more just to get away from it.
Every minute of it, I'm loving this. Amazing motion in the base, it's just astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Oh my word. Oh my god, look at that. Wow! Hot! Yeah, you're in the inflow now.
Often when you're standing in front of a storm and it's coming towards you, you'll feel wind on your back. That's the warm air rushing into the storm.
Time for a selfie. Why not? That could produce something. That really could. You see this cloud here in front? See how it's rotating around? That is a wall cloud.
I'm not sure about this weather, mate. Really nice images. This camera is really meant for making feature films. To have the opportunity to come out and shoot something like this is really special.
We got back in the car to drive off and a bolt of lightning struck maybe 200 metres from us.
Just that little book. Whoa! We got in just in time.
Really exciting, really dramatic, but of course, that's really dangerous.
Oh, and again! Oh! Listen! Yeah, this is the most dominant supercell now in the whole of North America. Oh my god, this sheer, it's 103 mile an hour.
Oh! Horizontal lightning went across the road between us.
The visual of the lightning and the noise of the thunder were simultaneous.
If you get out here, you do so at your own risk. There is a huge lightning risk. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it. You see the bolt of lightning?
Wow, right across the road.
Yeah.
It looked like it was about 10 foot above the road.
That was insane.
I saw it in the mirror, yeah.
Currently we're just standing in the middle of the road waiting for a massive storm to come and hit us.
I think it might rain.
Do you think it's going to rain? Oh, thank you, Michael Fisher.
This is fairly typical of a supercell rain. It's absolutely intense, and I don't know why, but the raindrops are just huge. The weather's turned out nice again, hasn't it?
As we suspected, the massive storm that we've been watching all afternoon has actually ended up being quite violent.
The fact that we're moving very quickly from location to location, the better the storms are, the more intense the storms are, the worse the food becomes.
You have to have Twizzlers. This is an absolute
Is that the law?
This storm chasing law.
I call them storm chaser food. It's what I've always eaten. You can only get them over here. I used to be able to only get them in the US. Couldn't get them at home. It was a special treat.
This was sour gummy glowworms made with real fruit. Very refreshing on the palate. Sour beards. Beards, I kid you not.
As you can see, it's very healthy when we come.
I think it's a cleansing experience, isn't it?
I mean, I assume someone's going to ask me whether I've been travelling around America with a group of school children, as there's at least $1,000 worth of sweets claimed to go in.
They're getting very excited about this one, aren't they?
They are, and it does look kind of sexy times from here, from my untrained eye.
I can't remember the whole windscreen being filmed quite like this before at this stage. You know what we should do is we should drive towards that. That's what we should do.
That is going to be such a huge supercell. It's just look at the size of it all. You know, look at this, look. Hairs. The roll. See? That we go. Hairs standing up. Oh my god.
Stuart's been a fantastic addition. He's so bouncy, loves it so much.
He's great at explaining what is going on, which is useful if you're an idiot like I am.
The environment is
pretty potent actually, with all stuff that's coming together. So yeah, we can't let this storm get away from us. That is the main action of a soon-to-be tornadic supercell. It's overtaken the road, so we've lost our east option. Damn it.
It's a really tense situation around those storms. There's so much happening, so much going on.
The storm cut us off. The road and the storm were converging, and we were about 3 miles too short. 5 minutes too late, unfortunately. But I could see 1, 2, 3 areas of rotation, and one of them will become, well, may become dominant. We're sitting here because if it does, certainly the first two, the light is incredible with the sun behind us. It's almost there. You won't believe how incredibly close this is.
Go on! There was this green hail core right in the middle.
I mean, the supercell itself was just slate grey with blacks and with whites and turquoise with the hail, prairie, and then the sun came into view.
And you get that beautiful orange light of the sun in a very narrow band across the horizon coming underneath the storm.
And a rainbow. You couldn't script it.
Black clouds, but then greens in golden clouds underneath.
It was that a magical 30-40 minutes just as the sun set right on the horizon. I think a lot of people that see it and watch it will say, that can't be real, you can't possibly have those colours. Well, it was, they were there, and I think that for me is possibly my favourite shot.
It's been an incredible experience.
I think we got the right people in the right place at the right time.
So what we've done is groundbreaking on this trip. The camera that we've got is probably one of the highest quality cameras that you can get. It has new software on it that nobody else has had access to before.
I mean, working with Stu has been unbelievable. He's just made a succession of accurate storm chasing calls.
To actually take, you know, some budding companions with me and actually get to show them it for the first time, it's just something that cannot be described.
To see it on the HDR TV with the Ambilight and everything else, it's going to be the closest you can get, I believe, to actually being here.
A really good team. I've had a blast out here.
Made for a very exciting, very fast-paced, but very successful storm chasing.
So many sites that I have never seen before, will probably never see again.
I can't wait to see it. I know what I saw with my own eyes, so I can't wait to see what the rest of the team has shot.